Hello, friends, and welcome to Small Business Wednesday. I'm your host, Kerry, Knoll, and thank you so much for tuning into today's episode, How to Build a Brand Online for a Local Small Business. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and bell notification. And if you like this video and get some good value out of it, please hit the like or thumbs up as well. And as always, if you know of anyone who might benefit from this or find it of interest, please feel free to share it with them. I'd appreciate that. And if you would kindly leave me a comment, I would really, really like to hear from you. And just even if it is to say hi. So let me show you a little bit about what I'm talking about today. So before I get into all of this, let me just quickly explain the best way to build a brand online for a local small business, right? Is to literally take what they're doing with their content marketing, whether it's social posting to their social media accounts, it's blog posting to their actual website, or it is, publishing videos to YouTube, etc. Taking all that content and pushing it or through paid ads to their ideal audience, or even if you just want to blast a geographic area, that also will work very, very well. So how do we do this? The best way to do this is starting with a brand new Facebook ad campaign to get started. You can do this with TikTok and YouTube as well. And I suggest moving to both those platforms after you've gotten some traction inside of Facebook. So first thing I want to do is click this green create button, and we would want to do either a brand awareness or a reach campaign or both. And the brand awareness one, show your ads to people who are most likely to remember them. And of course, reach is show your ads to the maximum number of people. So kind of one and the same. With the brand awareness objective, supposedly, they know something about these people we don't know. And so it is here for a reason. So I would take advantage of it, and I would start with like brand awareness campaign, see how it does. And I might even do the same type of content as a reach campaign and compare the two. But the way I get started is I'd start with brand awareness. I would, do my naming convention on this type of ad. So I would do brand awareness, and then whatever the, content might be, right? Whatever the name of the piece of content is. So this could be, if we're dealing with, we're boosting a post or something, it might be brand awareness post number 1, or it might be, brand awareness. It might even be an email number 1 that went out to customers previously. It might be video number 1, something like this, right? And then you could just either, I don't know, probably just put the date behind it here in parentheses somehow, so you know exactly when you started this thing at a glance. I think that's always helpful. Do something like that. And then your ad set here, we could just do like US. Okay, we don't have to actually do anything more than that for right now. Let's just leave it like that. And then, of course, if this was video number 1, let's call it video number 1. Click continue. And then the next step here would be defining or making sure all of our settings are correct inside of the campaign. We want campaign budget optimization off. That's cool. We're not doing special categories. We can click next. Then we're into the ad set level. We're just named it US right now. And we can have a daily budget of basically $1 to start to see how this goes. I would start low and then increase as you see kind of some results coming in. You could set it up for starting the next, this day or the next day, whatever you want to do. You could change the time. When I'm starting these kinds of ad campaigns where I'm not really looking for a monetary result from them automatically, I'll just let them start whenever the heck Facebook lets them start, especially if my ad budget is really, really cheap. And then the audience itself here, I would do, of course, just leave it wide open. If I wanted to just kind of target, if my business or the local small business is able to service anyone in the United States, we'd leave it like this. Now, if it is truly a local small business that's geographically, constrained, right, with the customer base and et cetera, then of course you'd want to change this from United States to people living in this location. And then let's just use Las Vegas as an example, right? So if it was a local small business here in Las Vegas, I would do this, and I would do plus minus 25 probably, but I might expand it to 50. Just depends what, size would change or if it would impact things or not, right? So then I would come back here and I'd rename this, and I would just put Las Vegas, right? This is where we're targeting, so I'm going to use that, and everything else is wide open. So let's say we don't really want to restrict things by age, gender. We don't want to do any more detailed targeting. We don't care about languages specifically. If we're in the United States, we expect most people to speak English anyway. That's fine. If you wanted to dial it down just to English only, you could do that. Placements, we would probably want to do automatic. And then, of course, optimization for ad delivery is ad recall lift. This is what they're assuming people will recall the ads more, and they're going to show them the people who recall the ads more, etc. So we'll try that, and then we hit next, and then we'd be into creating the ad, and we'd select our page. And in this case, let me just select Vegas Technology Group page. Instagram account would be associated to it. You create your ad right here. You could upload a single image or video. In this case, we're doing a video. You could also select an existing post which has a video on it by selecting post, and then of course looking at your page that has the particular post on it, and then selecting the post with a video that you wanted to advertise, right? So you just select a certain video, and you'd be off and running with that particular post. Now, if you didn't want to do that, you wanted to create the ad here itself, this was the steps you go through. You'd upload your media here. You would click through with the primary text and decide what you want to put in there. This would be whatever kind of text above the video that you might see. And then let's go down here to tracking. So you want to make sure you're tracking website events in case anyone does click through to your website. You want to make sure you have the right pixel selected. If you have more than one, if you only have one, it'll just be one. And that's pretty much it. You might want to create a URL parameter using the UTM source, UTM codes, right? The parameters, UTM parameters is what I want to say here. Build a URL parameter using UTM parameters, which basically, if we click into this build, you can select all the different options here, and you might want to do that to track any results you may get from these type of ads to see how they're actually performing. You don't have to do a lot of this. You could just do one thing like medium itself or source itself or whatever you might be. And you might say like, in campaign source for fun, you might put in like FB for Facebook, and then maybe a hyphen and do video one. And then if you do a second brand awareness ad, you might do FB video 2, or if it's a post, it might be post 1, or it might be, you change these out as you see fit, but keep like a little log of what they are, so you can look them up inside of whatever platform you're using, like ClickFunnels or whatever, for looking at stats. You could also utilize a second field if you wanted to, and just use it like if it was campaign medium here. I might put in, just for fun, I might put brand awareness in here or something like this. So I knew it was a brand awareness ad, because I might do the same exact source for a reach ad or something. And then I might want to change brand awareness to reach if this was a reach campaign, something like this. So this is how you can do it as simple as you want, as long as you understand where you're going to put this back into your website platform, like ClickFunnels, where in the stats section, there's a UTM source, there's a UTM medium, there's a UTM name, etc. So as long as you match those things up, that's all you have to do. And then you would just continue to do this for each and every, so I'll just close this since I kind of walked you through the steps. But when we come back here is, once you had it built for a brand awareness, you could quickly duplicate it and click duplicate. And then what you could do is, once you have the duplicated version, you could call this reach. And I got my parentheses backwards there. Let's do that. Then change it over to a reach. It'll ask you, your settings may change. Yeah. Okay. Continue. And then you would just publish your new ad, or you'd come into your video first, or, video one ad here, scroll all the way down to your URL parameters, and then edit your medium from brand awareness to reach, if that's where you were tracking the type of ad campaign. So that's how you would do it. And then you would have two different ad campaigns, one doing brand awareness, one doing reach. You can compare and contrast the results. And then you could continue this process over and over again for every piece of content that the particular local business is putting out, right? Whether it's videos, like I said, posts on their social, or blog posts, perhaps even on their website, or even emails that they might be using in their email marketing campaigns with their current customer base. So you could do this, and then what you're doing is you're basically just blasting the geographic area with this person's, or this particular local small business's brand, and they're constantly seeing new ads shown to them all the time. And it's just building up that brand awareness, and or it's reaching everybody in geographic location, and it starts to become like a TV commercial, so to speak, right? Where it's not really too constrained to too many factors. It's just showing to everyone in that local location. So that's what this would do. And this is how you'd build brand awareness for local small businesses. So that's kind of how you get started. Then you could progress, like I said, into TikTok. You could progress into YouTube and do similar things with that. Of course, you're more restricted to just video in those two platforms. That's why I suggest starting with Facebook, because you can start with written content and images first, which I think is very, very helpful and also very good to do. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. I just wanted to share that with you and explain that in case you were wondering how to do this. But essentially, it is the requirement is to do paid ads online, but you can do paid ads very cheaply using these other types of objectives like brand awareness and reach, where you're spending pennies on the dollar essentially for thousands of views at a time. So it should be really, really cheap as long as the targeting is very, very simple and vague for the most part. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you are watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and bell notification. If you did like this video and got some good value out of it, please hit the like or thumbs up as well. I'd really, really appreciate that. And as always, please share this with anyone who might benefit from it or find it of interest. And if you're a local small business owner who's viewing this and needs some help doing this, let me know. Hit me up via either DMs on Facebook. You can send me an email as you see the email address scrolling across the bottom, or visit my website, vegastechgroup.com, to get kind of started there. All right, so I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you guys back here again real soon. Take care.